This podcast is brought to you by SeatGeek. Our friends over at SeatGeek are giving us a promo code of TBA Wrestling. That is TBA Wrestling for $20 off your first purchase. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to Gunners Are Us, where we are positively Arsenal.
And that we are. And we have Joe back in the booth.
I'm back and I'm feeling positive and refreshed.
He's married and he's been to Yankee Stadium. He hasn't.
I wish I did.
He went to New York.
I saw it from the top of the Rockefeller, though.
And if you've been following us over on Patreon, guys, you'll know that I've been going solo a little bit while Joe was in New York.
Yeah.
And he's back, so we got double voices and perfect timing, Joe.
Yeah.
International break.
Oh, great. Yeah, I feel like I was trying to keep up over there, but it was all like... I checked my fantasy football when I was in New York, and the timings... I don't know if I sent you a screenshot. I took a screenshot of... You know when it tells you what matches are coming up? Of the timings, because it always tells you what time it's all on, doesn't it? Like Sunday 2, Sunday 4:30. But it was all off. Like, I didn't notice it until, like, the fourth day I was there, and it was just, like... It was like the midday game was
7 a.m.
Yeah, it was like 7 a.m. and then every other game was like midday, and it was a weird format. But I was trying to keep up.
It is strange, and but we do have Joe back, and like I said, he'll be back on the Patreon now as well. So you won't have to just listen to me shouting into a void. But we did actually release the last Patreon, which was the review of Sunderland here on the main feed. So if you want to get deep in depth on that Sunderland game, I did that a couple of days ago. So download the one that says Patreon only or Patreon sneak peek, I think I've called it. That will have a really good analysis of that Sunderland game.
Yeah, I heard you were just talking.
I was, and I was chuffed enough with it. I put it on the main feed.
Yeah.
But what we'll do today is we will talk about that a little bit, because I think there is some fallout to that, and we haven't heard what Joe has to say. But we'll also get to kind of the Premier League generally. This row with PJMO about Liverpool, which is just nonsense. Well, it's not nonsense. It's valid, but it's also kind of like, come on, we've all dealt with it. Why are we allowing Liverpool to get away with moaning about it?
Yeah.
When everyone else is moaners.
Yeah.
But Liverpool, no, this is valid. And I think it's a subjective decision. But
Yeah.
we'll get to that in a moment. But until then, not until then, after that, what we're going to do is we're going to look back at the first 17 games in all comps and just kind of analyse where we think we're at, what our new kind of goals are for the season.
Yeah.
Because at the start of the season, I think we both kind of said we want a challenge, but with how Liverpool spent, and City always going to come good, we would kind of be like happy to be in a title race, and we want to be, but we didn't think it may be possible this year.
Even though what we done...
Yeah, we did a lot in the transfer window. Yeah. We were both kind of like, we want to be in the transfer window, but we want to be, in the title race, but we don't know until we see it.
It looked good on paper, yeah.
It looked good on paper. We were like, yeah, but I don't know if we can compete, but we got to win a trophy.
Yeah.
I want to kind of now look at 17 games in and go, has that changed? Has our thoughts changed? What we thought of our signings, now we've got a slight litmus test, and what we think is going to happen going forward, because the next international break, I believe, is March.
Yeah.
So this is football.
Yeah, we're in.
Yeah, more football. Football. It's like a peep show.
It's like we're almost halfway through the season, kind of, nearly. But we only just now get to bed into the Premier League because all the international break and the nonsense is over.
Yeah, once this one's over, and this time next week when we're doing the Gunners Are Us on the Wednesday, we'll be gearing up for the North London Derby, which will be a huge one.
Yeah.
But I think we pretty much play on average, I think it works out like every 4 days until March.
Yeah, hell yeah. All Arsenal.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
It's a lot of football. So, for example, I said it this week on the Patreon, but the Patreon's going to get hot and heavy in that time, because I'm trying to pop out reviews, previews, and when you're playing every 3 days...
That's a lot.
You know, you play on a Sunday, you review it on the Monday, you're playing on Wednesday, so on a Tuesday, do you know what you're doing? Preview. Yeah. And on a Wednesday, you're on your main feed. And then on a Thursday, you're doing a review of that game. And then on a Friday, you're previewing the Saturday's game.
I feel like when we were kids, it was like once a week. Like, Arsenal be on once a week, every Saturday. That'd be it.
It felt like it. I feel like there's more football than ever, even though I think everything's kind of exactly the same.
I don't know if it's just because we're adults and we're
more obsessed with it.
We're clearly more obsessed with it, and we'll sit down and watch everything and try and take it all in and then talk about it. And
definitely.
The weeks go by, and then also because of this podcast, I tell you what, the post-season, it feels quite nice because it gives us... We're still talking about it. So it's not like football goes away.
No.
I mean, obviously we've got the World Cup next year.
Yeah, I remember 2 years ago when we did Positively England. And it was... I remember doing a couple episodes by Elton Prince from the WWE's pool
Yeah.
into my phone just to kind of get an episode.
Yeah.
And it was England. It was positively England. We were waiting for the quarterfinals and all these things.
Yeah.
And then last year, it felt like it was more busy than ever with that transfer window we just had.
Yeah.
And then next year we got the World Cup. The year after, I do think maybe could be a down year of. We can't have that kind of busy transfer window every year.
No, I think that's
There's no World Cup. I think there could be a quiet one, but
that's a once in a lifetime transfer
this
window.
podcast is going to be hardcore until May in 2 years' time.
Yeah.
And then we're not going to take a break. We're just going to carry on, but we'll just be less to talk about for a bit. But
I
either
can't
way,
believe we're 17 games in.
we're 17 games in, and so much has happened. But what we'll do is we'll start here at the Sunderland game. As a quick kind of, we've spoke about this morning, but as a quick roundup, or if you haven't heard my Patreon on Monday, was we kind of had a similar idea, I think, when we spoke over WhatsApp.
Yeah.
That didn't have an issue with the result, didn't have an issue with the game, but these narratives building around Arsenal are a little bit annoying.
Yeah.
And again, Saka even did an interview this week where he said, yeah, we don't really listen or care. And that's kind of how we should all feel.
Yeah.
But it can get to a point where you feel like you're being so kind of gaslit in a way that you think, what's happened? Like, you do feel creative. I remember we talked about it. And this Liverpool thing has really been a catalyst to kind of remind Arsenal fans of, yeah, we've been having this argument for a while.
It feels like we're crazy.
Yeah, and anyone's argument is you just moan too much.
Yeah.
And now Liverpool, who also moan too much, are now moaning. Everyone's going, yeah, I think they're right. You're like, no, this is the most subjective of all the bad decisions from all the bad teams. Not bad teams, but all the teams across the last couple of years. But starting with Sunderland, the narrative of the long throw, even though we're not very good at long throws, nor do we do them very often.
Yeah.
They moved the hoarding. Dan Ballard grabbed, I didn't talk about this on the Patreon, but he grabbed Eza by the face, threw him down to the ground.
Yeah.
And then they gave a free kick to Sunderland. And to add insult to embarrassment for that ref is he then had to halt the game for a minute for a possible red card for Dan Ballard.
Against what he said, yeah.
Against the whole decision that he just gave.
Yeah.
And then they said, just play on because we can't overturn the decision.
Yeah.
So that kind of stuff just shows you that, you know, it's not a conspiracy. It's not crazy. It's nothing like that. There is just general natural biases or energies we have. And that's what I loved about Sunderland. Sunderland need to have that crowd up every game.
Yeah.
And they need to be able to be as physical as they can be within reason, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, they're not going to get much from games.
Yeah.
And every team deserves home field advantage in whatever way you decide that be.
Yeah.
And if their crowd want to turn up and get that loud, when that goal went in the first one, it was an unbelievable sound.
Yeah.
It was unreal, like stuff you don't hear in Premier League, foreign sounding eruption.
Yeah.
And they deserve to have that ability to be that physical.
Yeah.
I have no issue with that.
No.
My issue with it is it has to also go both ways.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
it's the narrative again, yeah.
In that game, they threw Eze to the face. They did a check on it. They still gave it to them. It went up the line. Calafiori pulled the guy back. And they were like, oh, he's got to be booked for that. It's awful. And he got booked.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're thinking, why is that a booking?
Yeah.
But grabbing a guy by the face and throwing him to the ground. And a player like Eze, who's not doing anything.
No.
You know. So the narrative of all that was a bit odd. But I really don't have an issue with the game. I thought Sunderland were really good. I think statistically we should have won that game quite comfortably.
Yeah.
But football isn't done with stats. We keep getting told this.
Yeah, yeah. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen, and they made it happen.
Yeah.
And fair play and credit to Sunderland. But what did you think of the game as a whole? You didn't listen to it with commentary, so you don't have the same bee in the bonnet that I do.
Yeah, luckily I had it. I had it on my phone while we were watching TV at home. So I didn't hear any commentary. I literally just saw the game for what it was. Even when they showed the shot of the hoarding. And
what are they showing there?
Yeah, I couldn't figure out what they were showing. I was like, are they looking at the security guard? Like, what's he done? Yeah. I didn't know what they were playing at. But luckily, I didn't hear that. So I came away with just a solid opinion of the game, which is, again, like you said, something you could probably learn from that is, like, you know, when you're a kid, I think we've said it before, but you watch football just as a game. Commentators never used to be that biased. Like, I mean, there was times, but usually they just commentate on the game. They just tell you what you're seeing. Right. And even with social media, like the narrative on social media, the narrative with the pundits, like everything's very much forced in a direction now.
Yes.
It's not just about the game. But yeah, I had the fortune of not hearing what they were saying. So for me, it was just a good game. Kind of similar to like when we used to play Stoke and stuff. Like back in the day.
Yeah, it felt like we played Stoke, but we had the necessary weapons to deal with it better than we used to.
Yeah, because I mean, the commentators the narrative was we're a soft touch.
Yeah.
And maybe we were. Like,
We definitely were.
When we played Stoke knew, like you said, they had to find a game plan to beat Arsenal. And that was like an Arsenal that had like Henry and Perez, like the legends.
Well, it was just slightly after, like, those guys were starting to leave. And you had Fabregas and Nasri as well.
And they were still playing the style of football that the previous guys were playing. Mm-hmm. So Stoke had to find a format that worked. And obviously they used the long throw a lot as well. So they just used what was in their arsenal, for lack of a better word. I don't mind teams doing that. If that's what you got to do, like I've likened it to like when we found Fortnite during lockdown. I didn't know how to play Fortnite. We're playing up against kids that know how to build, and if you play Fortnite, you've probably come up against these guys that are just like nuts. I used to hide in bushes. I'd find every way just to get to the bottom two and somehow get a win.
Yeah.
Like, that was my plan. I still do it sometimes, like, because I know I'm not as good as some of these players. The teams in the Premier League have to do that. The teams like Sunderland, I know they've come up and they've shown that they are good enough to be in the Premier League.
Yeah.
They definitely are. It's not a fluke what they're doing. They're just figuring it out. If they've got to be physical, they've got to be physical. But like you said, we're now in a position where we're the physical team. Like, we're the team that everyone's calling us the physical. We've got all the components. We've got the physicality, we've got the good football, we've got the world-class players, we've got the perfect squad. We also know how to do set pieces. We've covered all the bases.
Yeah.
So teams like Sunderland, they do have to figure it out. But I thought, for me, watching it just as a game, it was just a really good match. It was a good match of two teams. One team that's come up and they're flying. We've got Arsenal that are in prime position to hopefully win stuff this season. It was just a perfect match. I think 2-2 was fair. I know XG doesn't tell you that, but I think 2-2 was fair for what the game was.
Yeah, they did create a lot of chances. Raya kept us in it a couple of times. I think they were offside both times, so it's hard. Sometimes you think, they had a few really good chances, but in hindsight they were actually offside. But
still, it's a chance. Like,
I think generally the game, I'm not angry at 2-2. I 1-0 down. I really didn't think we would get even a draw. Like, at the start of the game, I would have taken a draw.
Yeah.
At the half time, I would have 100% taken a draw.
Yeah.
So by 80 minutes, I didn't want a draw.
No, because we come out flying.
And that's the difference in that kind of like mentality.
So the 94-minute goal does hurt. Like,
it feels more like a loss because
yeah,
you feel like, we're so close to a win, and 3 points is so much bigger than one.
Yeah, and you do expect 3 points as Sunderland.
And we did talk about how this game was kind of the bottleneck of that first 17 games we're going to talk about in a bit. Like, it felt like we were running. It didn't feel like we were running on empty. I think that's unfair because I don't think they were playing like that. But it felt like we have had a lot of injuries. And again, this is the point where, record scratch. People will have this argument. Over on Gunners Wrestle on TikTok, we get it all the time. You put up a bit of news of like, Arteta saying, we've had 7 attackers out for the majority of the season.
Yeah.
So I'm just proud of what they've done.
Yeah.
What he's saying there is factual and his opinion.
Yeah. People's
response to that, their only response to that is, that's an excuse.
Yeah.
An excuse for what? Winning 10 games in a row. Like, it's not an excuse when you're winning. Like, when you're losing, I get it. It sounds like sour grapes.
Yeah.
But it's factual.
He's not on a slot.
No, yeah. We've lost. We haven't lost many games, but we have lost a lot of players.
Yeah.
It's been tough.
It's basically, it's not an excuse. It's giving the team their flowers.
Yeah. Well, it's analysis. Like that. It's like saying, we could have won that if that goal was given offside that was onside.
Yeah.
Like the Liverpool game.
Yeah.
With the goal that was not given.
Yeah.
It's like, is that an excuse, or is that you just analysing that the game could have changed on that moment?
I think people need to learn the difference between an excuse and analysis.
Yeah, that's my issue, and you put that up, and this is where I want to say is like we're getting to that point, and we're going to talk a bit about injuries. It's not an excuse. It's not the reason we drew 2-2, but it plays into it.
Yeah.
Do I think if we had a fully fit team, we could have beaten Sunderland there? Don't know. But what I do know is we played every 3 days for the last 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And in the last 3 of those, we were away from home up north, in Prague, then back up north, without our star striker we bought in the summer, without our backup to Saka, who's dealing with an injury and who clearly isn't back to full fitness yet, without our left winger in Martinelli, without our backup centre forward, his backup, all 3 centre forwards gone, and our captain, who's our playmaker.
Yeah.
And people say, you've got Eze. You say, no, I know we have. But that was our decision.
Yeah.
We decided to go get Eze because of this exact reason.
And that's basically what Tet's saying.
Yeah.
He's basically putting a spotlight on the work he did pre-season to get us to a point where, at this point, we can now stand up and say, look what we did because of the work I did to get these players in.
And that's why we all hail Andrea Berta.
Yeah.
Because that is. I remember when we got that squad and everyone went, "It's almost overkill. Like that, what are they doing? Why do they need such a big squad?" And then within 17 games, we've proven why we needed that squad because we were in bare bones.
Yeah.
The starting 11 was good, minus maybe Moreno up front. If Gyökeres had started that, and we'd had Trossard, Saka, and Gyökeres, and Moreno was on the bench, I think that even that one player would have been like, yeah, we're at full strength. We're just missing some key players on the bench.
Yeah, some inspiration late in the game.
Yeah, that's enough to be like, yeah, maybe we couldn't change the game because of our lack of depth. That's what we had last year.
Yeah.
Because we were already into it. Our depth was very minimal last year. And we were in our depth early on. And we lived in our depth.
Yeah.
And then we had to go to the depth.
Yeah, and we had to fight from behind.
And it was tough. Whereas this year, we're not into our depth.
No.
We're still kind of playing with our first team, minus maybe one player like Gyökeres.
Yeah.
And like Odegaard, Fraser. But I think that's a fair...
Oh, yeah.
It's not a drop-off.
No, we're in a position where we don't have drop-offs.
No, but except we were now in full strength, but there was a drop-off for our centre forward.
Yeah.
And there's a knock-on effect I talk about on the Patreon there's been a conversation about Saka getting doubled up for his whole career.
Yeah.
And now we've got Gyökeres, he doesn't. And then this week, it went back to double and triple teams.
Yeah.
Because they weren't worried about Moreno.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between having a Gyökeres and a Moreno, and that's the difference in the games we're seeing. There's a reason why we've won the majority of our games this season. And the only things that have changed are Zubimendi and Gyökeres.
Yeah, yeah.
And it isn't just Zubimendi doing it.
No.
So that's why I think we're starting to maybe, in his absence, see how good Gyökeres actually has been.
Yeah.
Maybe not the most flattering player physically to watch, but he does so much more to the way the team plays.
He works hard.
He allows people like Saka to be one-on-one. And when Saka's one-on-one, he's deadly.
Yeah, yeah.
But he's saying we've done so well, and he's kind of almost just saying we're disappointed with the result because we lost late on, but in hindsight, we've done really well here.
I've heard people say, I know there's not always a lot of good press on Arsenal and there's always not a lot of positives thrown at Arsenal, but a lot of people have also said, given the way the season is and how it's gone and what Sunderland have done to this point, a draw at the Stadium of Light isn't a bad result at all at this point.
And I'm going to say, when the season started, when I looked at that fixture list and I kind of looked to this point, and in my head, I remember we kept doing how many points do you reckon we can get and all that. We're doing that over the first 6.
Yeah.
Then we did it over the second international, and then we did it over this one. In a million years, if you'd said at the start of the season, by that international break, the last one of the bunch at the start, if we had been top by 4 points, having lost one game in all comps, drawn 2 and won 14, I would have said, nah.
Yeah.
Not with the fixture list, because we all looked at it. Opta looked at it, and we had the worst fixture list. Anyone that I'd sent that, the fixture list for the first couple of months to all my friends, the people that are usually like, oh yeah, everyone's got a tough fixture list.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, that looks rotten.
Yeah.
And then it's hard because obviously as time moves, you forget these things, and then you hit this game, and they go, oh yeah, of course you're top because you're really good.
Yeah.
Now rewind and then play back what everyone was saying at the start of the season.
Yeah.
Liverpool are going to triple minimum because of how good they bought.
Yeah.
Arsenal, they bought a bad forward.
Yeah.
They're not sure what they're doing.
Yeah.
They've got a hard start. But City could come back into it, but they don't look great.
Yeah.
That's what everyone's saying.
Yeah, that was the
Then
narrative.
you fast forward 17 games, and everyone's going, yeah, of course Arsenal are top because they're the best team. It's like, yeah, but what Arteta and us on a podcast or something has to say is, but that wasn't the opinion a while back. And what's happened is it's really good.
Yeah.
And if you had said even at the start of the season, by the 17th game, by the way, you're going to be missing 7 of your forwards, majority of the time. if I'd said, you're going to miss Saliba for 2 or 3 games, you're going to miss Gabriel for 2 or 3 games, you're going to miss Martinelli for 2 or 3 games, you're going to miss Saka for about 7, Madueke for about 10, Havertz for 16, Gyökeres for 3, you're going to miss Jesus for 17, you're going to miss Odegaard for 15. If you had said all that...
I'd be like, who's playing?
Yeah, and if you had said all that, even with all the depth we bought, and then looked at that fixture list and then said, where do you reckon you're going to be? But you're going to have all those injuries. I would have said, we'll be lucky to be top half.
Yeah.
That'd be my immediate response. Even with the depth, I'd be like, yeah, that's too tough. You can't... They're 2 important players you're missing. And, I read a thing this morning. It's from a Chelsea fan. Because obviously Cole Palmer's been missing.
Yeah.
And I read this morning. And they said, imagine Man City without Haaland. Imagine Arsenal without Saka. That's us right now without Cole Palmer. And we're still 3rd in the league. You You should have stopped us when you had the chance, which is a bit baity. And a guy said Arsenal have played majority of the season without Saka, and they played 3 to 5 months with him last season. They came second, and they got to the Champions League semis. But everyone mocked them. Now they're celebrating being third over at Chelsea.
Yeah.
They've played 2 months without 5 attacking players, and they're still top of the league. That's
pretty spot on.
That's what I'm kind of saying. Is like that's the general consensus. Is people forget we missed Saka for half a year last year. Like he got injured in December. He didn't play again until the last couple of games.
Yeah.
That wasn't the reason we didn't win the league last year. The reason we didn't win the league was the awful start.
Yeah.
With the decisions and the injuries.
It was a slow start,
And we didn't have the depth. So this year, we haven't had awful decisions. The Gyökeres one's a bit questionable. There's been a couple since the Saka at Fulham. Should have been a penalty, and they got that wrong.
Yeah.
But we've been able to overcome the bad decision.
We've had a good start.
The 2 times we had bad decision, we still won those games.
Yeah.
Whereas last year, we didn't overcome the bad decisions.
Yeah.
And then we got injuries. And then we didn't have the depth. This year, we have the depth.
Yep.
We haven't, touch wood, had the decisions yet.
Yeah.
So we've been able to do this, but we still had the injuries.
Yeah.
That's the issue is if we do want to win the league, we can't stay at this level of injuries for the rest of the season.
No.
We have to...
That has to be it.
There's going to be injuries naturally, but you can't have... if people start the season, we had 6 up front. If the 3 and then the backup 3, and then there's even like a Jesus floating and a Max Dowman.
Yeah.
So really, they were saying we have 8 really good forwards.
Yeah.
And Moreno is a backup forward. It's a 9.
Yeah.
We can go to 9.
And he does all right up there.
We were missing 6 of them, of 9.
Yeah.
In this in the last month.
Yeah.
That's mad.
Madness.
It's so many players, and the thing is, people say, but you still have 3 to play. Like Moreno can play up front,
which is not his position.
Yeah, he's a midfielder.
Yeah.
We are forcing a player up front, but not just that. And they're like, but you've still got Saka and Trossard. Yes, and I get that, and we do. But they've had to play 3 days ago for 90 minutes, and then 3 days before that for 90 minutes.
you can't rotate.
And 3 days before that for 90 minutes. And what we're trying to do is also not have Saka go out with a hamstring for 6 months again.
Yeah, which can happen with that constant gaming.
Yeah, and Trossard, who's one of our older players, having to play every 3 days.
Yeah.
So that's our issue. Is it's not what's happened now; it's the tiredness in the legs. So, by the time they got to Sunderland, like we said, the bottleneck, we did feel like maybe the tiredness has caught up with them because they haven't been able to rotate how we wanted to.
Yeah.
But we look forward, obviously, to North London Derby, and there's
Yeah.
talk of everyone being back minus Jesus and maybe Gyökeres.
With the small break.
But we
as well.
don't really know what's going on with Gyökeres.
Yeah.
There's no timetable.
Yeah.
It could be back. He could be back now.
Yeah.
For all we know, and he's not going to Sweden, but he's fit. But we don't know.
Yeah.
But everyone else looks like they're going to be fit.
Yeah.
So it means you can start that game against, Tottenham. We'll know more maybe in this time next week. But you could start Havertz, Saka and Trossard.
Yeah, we've
And
got
Martinelli's on the bench.
There's options now. That is the only downside of no international break now is we're gonna have to go hard till March, and the beauty of the international breaks is they've kind of helped us.
Regroup players every
Yeah,
time.
like it buys us time. No, it's bought us time. For
Well, last year the international break was the opposite, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was where all the injuries were happening. Was
Yeah.
international.
Whereas luckily it's bought us time. It's added a couple extra weeks here and there that certain players don't miss so many games.
We just got to hope. There's always a residual, isn't there? Like, for example, the last one, Gabriel didn't get hurt, but he had to fly to Brazil to play a game.
Yeah.
Then he had to fly to Japan, and he was an unused sub.
Yeah.
Then he flew home late,
Yeah.
and then had to play, I think it was against Newcastle or someone.
Yeah, I think it was.
And everyone's going, that can't be like beneficial of that player.
No.
So there's things like that with international break, but there's also the chance that they get hurt.
Yeah.
And touch wood, we haven't really had that this year.
No.
But that's what now for me, it's just about getting through this international break. If everyone comes back fit, and then the guys that were fit
Yeah.
don't have setbacks,
Yeah.
I feel good. Even though we're going into maybe the hardest week of the season already,
Yeah.
with Tottenham at home, Bayern Munich at home, away to Chelsea.
Hard.
That's all in 7 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's why you need that squad, because do you know what you can't do? You can't start Rice, Zubimendi and Eze all 3 times.
There's going to be some rotation.
You have
in
to
those
rotate,
3
but
games.
none of them are easy,
No.
Well,
that is the beauty of also quality rotation, which we've had rotation. We haven't had all the quality rotation that we could have.
Yeah.
Now it's coming back when we need it.
Yes, and that's what this Sunderland game, it just felt to me like we couldn't quite get it over the line, maybe because of that lack of depth
Yeah.
that had disappeared. But I'm not disappointed with it. I think it always looked like a banana skin, that game,
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
Even at the start of the season when we didn't know how good Sunderland were going to be.
Oh, that game is always tough for us, no matter what, because of
Yeah.
what we know from history of being pushovers and things like that. But again, we've turned a corner. Like you said, we've got so many boxes ticked this season compared to last season. I think that's why Arteta had to give them their flowers, is because all the work we've done, and not just in the pre-season to this season, but the work Arteta's done in the previous seasons leading up to this, to obviously, like we've said before, like clean out the dead wood, bring in the squad he needs, figuring out the squad he actually needs, the kind of players he needs, the amount of players he actually needs. And it got to that exact point with this Sunderland game where, like you said, we've come off that first part of the season where we've had, I think before the Sunderland game, a draw and a loss and all wins.
Yeah.
We're pushing hard. We've got the squad. And it got to that Sunderland game, which normally we would slip up on, and he's well aware that we could have easily slipped up in that game.
Yeah.
And we've come away with a point, and we are still standing on top of the mountain off the back of that.
And I think that's what we got to remember, because I remember there was a period of time where I watched Arsenal and we'd lose 5-0 to every major team. And any team like that would get beaten up by him. Yeah, we got beaten up a little bit. Like, Moreno got elbowed in the ear, and that was fine. Eze got through to the ground, that was fine. Zubmeni made a really good tackle and got booked.
Yeah.
Like, that stuff still exists, but it just felt like we weren't falling into the vortex of, here's an atmosphere you can't deal. And we did it already this season with Newcastle.
Yeah.
Weird decision. We go 1-0 down after a weird decision. Having played really well, we started that game really well, if you remember, against Newcastle. We thought, God, this is good.
Yeah.
Then we had that weird decision. Then we thought, it's okay, we're going to still score. Or we at least won't lose this game.
Yeah.
Then Voltemada scores, and we remember going, that's that.
Yeah.
Because we thought we'd crumble.
Yeah.
And they didn't. They rallied. They got a goal. Then they score a late winner.
Yeah. Well, it's like you said it in previous episodes, this season feels like we're pushing back against all the stuff that normally throws us off.
Yeah,
we're playing through it.
Yeah, there's a different energy. There's a different character to that team. And I felt it even in that Sunderland game. Was at half time, I really did kind of go, if we can get a draw, I'd be really chuffed. But I don't know where we're going to score.
Yeah.
And then we played some of the best football we've played all season for 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And I thought, what is this? Like, they're a really good team because we aren't at full strength.
Yeah.
The depth isn't there. They are tired. They have had a long week. It's all away games. And they found that energy in that second half to do that. And I thought, this is good. Like, we're a good team.
Yeah.
And that's what was nice to see. And there's players like, and we'll talk about it in a minute when we do the full rundown maybe of the season. But some of the signings we made have underratedly kind of been way better than we've actually realised.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll talk about that in a bit. But as far as the Sunderland game, I think in hindsight, I think at the end of the season, we'll see that not as 2 points dropped that cost us the season.
Yeah.
There'll be other games we think that, if that is the case, I think we'll see that as like a good point, maybe.
Yeah.
But
I feel good.
yeah, I didn't feel the defeatedness that you do after sometimes. Again, it wasn't a loss; it was a draw.
Yeah.
But I think when you're on such a good run, sometimes you never want it to end. But we've talked about it here as well. Is sometimes you need to concede a goal.
Yeah.
And you do need to draw.
Pressure's off.
Because all of a sudden, that you start building this weird. We can't concede a goal. We can't have a shot on target. And it becomes you play different because you're trying to protect weird records that don't matter.
You're not doing what comes naturally. You're doing something to protect that record you've got.
Records are fun, but I wouldn't choose to break a record but not win the league. I'd rather win the league. So let's just crack on. But across the league this week, there's some interesting things, and our biggest kind of point of conversation has to be around Liverpool and Slot. And, we've talked about it, that he's been saying some weird stuff as a manager. Like,
he's gone full Ten Hag already.
Yeah, I'd say he's worse than Ten Hag. Ten Hag was just caught up on one decision once.
Yeah.
But Slot's ones are really strange, and I don't understand why he's not getting the reaction that maybe Arteta's got in the past, Mourinho's got in the past, even Pep with his comments. Pep backs it up with so much, and maybe that's what Jose, and maybe that's why Arteta doesn't.
Yeah.
Is maybe Arteta does need to win a couple of things, and then they won't care.
Yeah.
But sometimes, for example, we've had some really bad decisions. I'm just going to throw back to, this is what I want to build to. 2 years ago, we were in a title race that we lost by like 1 point. We conceded a goal against Brentford where they missed a whole player.
Yeah.
VAR, the Liverpool ghost goal last year where they were down to, they went down to 9 men and they lost to Spurs.
Yeah.
And this keeps happening with Liverpool. These things happen in games where they're going to lose.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not in a winning position.
We were at home to Brentford and we ended up drawing that game instead of winning. So we dropped 2 points. That's the 2 points we would have won the league with.
Yeah.
And it was all because after the game they realised, oh, there was a player at the bottom of the screen none of us saw that was holding everyone onside.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you go, oh, brilliant.
Thank
and
you.
they gave us a note again or whatever, like a, And Arteta came out and he said, we're going to write to the PGML. And we're really disappointed. This could cost us the league, blah, 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 blah. They did such a long thing with Neville and Carragher where they said, this is a disgrace that Arsenal have done that.
Yeah.
This starts a very dangerous precedent that you're questioning cheating and things like that. And it wasn't. It was questioning, this is unacceptable because this is going to cost us.
your job, yeah.
And it ended up costing us a league. No one cares. Everyone goes, oh, you just moan. But we all said, like, all the Arsenal fans were going, this is so important to us.
Yeah.
And Arteta said it. And we wrote a letter and there was a whole, this is awful. You can't question that. Even though it was a clear error. That's not something anyone can disagree with.
It's not debatable, yeah.
It wasn't, it wasn't, you see it one way, I see it the other way. Fast forward all this time, Liverpool are getting absolutely wet, like completely swept by Man City. They have no chance. They get back into the game with a header. Yeah. It's a really good header. Andy Robinson's standing in front of Donnarumma.
Yeah.
Or to his side, however you want to say it. The commentators really go hard on this is clearly a goal.
Yeah.
And therefore, what happens is, I saw it in group chats. Yeah, I think it is offside. Then that media got rolling. Neville were going, this is a disgrace, this is a disgrace. Then the same people are now going, I can't believe they gave that as no goal.
Yeah.
And like, oh, because you've just listened to the commentary.
Yeah.
Your original thought was that was offside.
Yeah.
And this is where it gets interesting because the reason Liverpool fans are annoyed is not necessarily because of the decision. It's because literally last week, the same goal was given as a goal.
Yeah.
And this one wasn't.
Yeah.
Welcome to our world.
Yeah.
Because what did we do last year? We kicked the ball away.
Yeah.
And we got red cards.
Yeah.
And in the exact same games, minutes difference to when we were doing it, other teams were doing the same and not getting bookings.
Yeah.
And we were coming on this podcast, Arsenal fans all around the world, going, I don't understand why we are the only team that get red cards for this, or any cards.
Yeah.
When everyone else is doing it directly in the same game or the same week.
Yeah.
And everyone laughed and said, you're just moaners, like, stop kicking the ball away.
Yeah.
So, no, we get that. We shouldn't kick the ball away. We deserve the red cards.
Yeah.
Why other people? And then Arteta said, why other people?
Yeah.
And then after this game, Slot goes, I've just been showed a goal from last week that was exactly the same. How come that's the same?
Yeah.
And then all the pundits go, yeah, he's right. This is awful. Yeah, and we go, yeah, that's the frustrating part. It's not the decision that's really annoying.
No, the law and the decision is fine.
Yeah.
If you want to stick with one thing or another, do it.
It's the inconsistency.
As long as we know.
And what happened was Arsenal kick up a stink, everyone laughs at us.
Yeah.
And then Liverpool kick up a stink and everyone goes, you know what, they're right. And all Arsenal fans, you know what our response has been to this? Yeah. And that's why we're going to agree with you.
Yeah.
Because we need to make a change. Because that's what should happen. When a team gets done, every other team should go, yeah, we agree with them.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way change will
Back
happen.
them up.
Not laugh at them and go, go ahead.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. And that's what I'm saying is it's ironic now that they're looking around and all you see on Twitter and all these things is it's either exact wording we've used. It's either lack of quality, like the refs are that bad, or it's corruption.
Yeah.
It's the only two options. What did we say all of last year?
Yeah.
It's either incompetence or it's corruption.
It's one of them.
We don't know. We don't want it to be corruption. I'm hoping it's incompetence, but how, like we were saying here, and then Howard Webb comes on and explains how it's a good decision.
Yeah.
And we sit here going, it's like, what do we say? It's like having 3 dogs in front of us, and he goes, it's 3 cats. And we all go, no, it's 3 dogs. And he goes, patronisingly, and goes, it's 3 cats.
Yeah.
And we go, I don't, you're just
making this greyer.
You're lying directly in front of us, and you're making us feel crazy.
Yeah.
And he's done it again for Liverpool. He's come out there and said, no, he's interrupting the goal.
Yeah.
And then they show him a goal from last month, and he goes, yeah, no, I think that's the right decision as well. And everyone's going, just pick one.
Yeah.
If someone's offside and they're in front of the goal, is that offside? Well, it depends if he's standing there. Okay, that's fine. Well, Donnarumma can see the ball the whole time, so that's not offside then.
Yeah.
Because I think it's pretty subjective. I looked at it first time and I went, he's offside. He's so close to the goalie.
Yeah.
Then they show it from another angle and I go, yeah, Donnarumma sees that the whole time.
Yeah.
But I also don't know what it's like to be a goalkeeper and at the peripheral seeing a player there is making him think, is he going to header it so I can't fully stretch for the ball?
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking I might have to go the other way.
Yeah.
Is he thinking that? I don't know. So he is interfering with play. So then I think it's a good decision. Then I go, I think it's bad. But common sense should prevail, really, and go, do you know what? It's a goal.
Yeah.
He isn't directly in front of the goal. Like, when I grew up, that was always offside.
Yeah, yeah.
But only if you're in front of the goalie and you jump out the way, or like if you're blocking his view.
Yeah.
He wasn't blocking his view at any point.
It's normally a view blocking thing. Like you're taking into account like body language and like where he is, how close he is, the fact that he moves.
Yeah, like, could make the goalie think he's trying to header it.
Yeah, because all we know is he could duck down and pop back up. Like, he doesn't know what he's doing with the duck. Like, I know it's like a split second. He hasn't really got time to think too much.
No.
But his natural instincts are probably thinking, well, he's moving, so I don't know.
That's the worry, is I don't know because I'm not a keeper, but the only thing I'd say is they just need to make the rules something like, if you're offside and you're in the width of the post...
Yeah, yeah.
You're that instead, because when they actually read out the rules, he's not offside because they said unless he makes an actual attempt at the ball, which he doesn't. We can all see he ducks,
which is what all offsides are.
Yeah, but we can see he ducks. We all know common sense.
He's ducking.
He's ducking. He's not trying to play that ball.
He knows he's offside
because he goes all upright and starts to walk back to the centre spot as if nothing happened.
Yeah,
he knows what he's doing. He ducks because he's like, I don't want to be offside. We know common sense wise, we can all watch that and go, he's not trying to header it.
No.
So if the rule is, unless he's trying to header that, that's what they said basically. It came down to, is he trying to make an action to score?
Yeah.
We all know he's not.
No.
But they gave it offside because we think he is.
That's
what's worrying me is, make the rule more black and white. Like I said, if the rule is, if you're offside and you're nothing to do with the game, but you're in the width of the goalposts, it's offside.
Yeah.
You should be out. Therefore, please know that when a cross comes in or something, don't stand on a goalie too long.
Yeah.
Because you're going to cause a problem.
Get out of the way, yeah.
Get right out of the way. And therefore, they won't stand on the goalie.
Yeah.
And therefore, we might have more goals.
Yeah.
It seems so easy. Whereas instead, their ruling is, he can be there, but he can't show a movement that we deem to be for the ball.
Yeah.
But then we get into that conversation of, but what if the guy who deems that in the offices that are watching on PGML is different to what you deem as a movement? Then we're in grey again.
It's all grey and it's all human preference, really.
And also then we get to this other thing of the referee doesn't he's always given City good decisions and
like now is he from up north?
Now
is he from here?
This guy
is he from
hates
here?
Liverpool. He's given bad decisions to Liverpool, and then that guy's getting banned from Liverpool games. And we deal with it all the time when Jared Gillett is our ref, and we know the deal, and it's just like we can't. We're at a point where we're banning refs because we know he might be giving bad decisions. It's probably because he's probably given bad decisions.
Yeah. Referees.
So therefore, we're not crazy. They are doing weird things, and if you listen to the VAR, they're very quick to be like, "He's off, he's off," and then they're trying. Like we've talked about before, they send the ref over to the VAR, and they're like, "That Saka one's a perfect example against Fulham."
Yeah,
they were showing him his feet.
Yeah,
it was nothing to do with his feet. Saka was saying to the ref, "Stop looking at my feet.
Yeah,
look at my thigh."
Yeah, yeah,
and the ref keeps putting his hand to his face and going, "Stop."
Yeah.
But Saka's trying to say...
Saka's having to tell him where it is.
And then in VAR, they show the audio and they're going, look, he makes no contact with his feet. He makes no contact. And then when he gets to the screen, he's got that in his head.
Yeah.
And he looks, and they're still shotting and zooming in on his feet.
Yeah.
And you're going, how's he supposed to make the right decision when you're telling him what to do?
Yeah.
And also showing him the wrong thing.
Yeah.
And the actual player involved is going, they're showing you the wrong thing.
Yeah.
And then afterwards they go, oh, we're really sorry, we got that wrong.
Yeah.
But then Howard Webb comes out and he goes, no, they got that right. And you're like, oh my God. They're in such a mess, and it does feel like a jumping off point. Like it feels like Liverpool, because they're Liverpool, are going to somehow create some change, and everyone's going to agree with them.
Yeah.
Even though I do actually think of all the bad decisions they got last year, that we got bad decisions. Wolves got absolutely destroyed last year with decisions.
And the smaller teams have no legs to stand on.
No, they got no legs to stand on. And there's really way worse decisions than this.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, this one's creating the most uproar.
Oh, this one isn't necessarily a bad decision. Like you said, it's
subjective.
It's subjective because I saw it the first. You showed me this morning.
You're convinced it's offside.
Oh yeah, when I saw it in real time, first time, I was like, well, it's offside. He's very close to the goalie. Like he's not right in front of him, but he's literally. It's hard to describe when you're not watching us, but if I'm standing here, he's pretty much where you are, but slightly forward next to me. Mm-hmm. That's off-putting.
Like, he's too close.
No matter what happens, that is off.
And the ball goes that side as well.
It's going. If it'd gone the other way, fine.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. No. But that's the problem. Is it's so subjective because the rules can't be. But if the ball goes to the left and the player's on the right, then it's fine. But if it goes, but what if the goalie's worrying so much about that play? He's almost marking that player.
It's still off-putting.
Yeah. I don't know. They need to figure those rules out. But it's they've done better with some rules. We've got to give them credit. Like I think we all know now, like a handball is not a handball if it comes off your body part first.
Yeah.
And they've kind of stuck to that.
That's black and white.
That feels black and white.
We know what that is.
But then, for example, this weekend, Saliba last year went up for a header in the box. Pedro got there first.
Yeah.
Headers it at Saliba's head.
Yeah.
And the ball goes up off of Saliba's head.
Yeah.
And then they headbutt each other.
Yeah.
He gave a penalty for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then fast forward to this year, Gyökeres, he kicks the ball at Pope, and then Pope wipes him out.
Yeah.
And they went, no penalty.
Yeah.
So that's the exact same thing that happened.
Yeah. It's a coming together, really.
Not the head, but the legs.
Yeah.
Saliba got the ball. He blocked the ball.
Yeah.
But they happened to clash heads.
Yeah.
Pope blocked the ball, but he still happened to take him out.
Yeah. One's a penalty, one's not.
Yeah, why? That kind of stuff. And then also the Moreno thing. Ballard gets his elbows him. That's why he can get to the ball.
Yeah.
He doesn't mean to.
No.
But he's used his forearm, cut his ear open to get to the ball.
He's impeded him before. Like, no different to a tackle.
Yeah, like if it was a tackle and he put his leg in front of him, tripped him, and then ran off with the ball,
Yeah.
it'd be a penalty.
Yeah.
But in a really dangerous place, like your brain,
Yeah. Yeah.
your head,
Yeah.
nah, it's fine. You can't set yourself an elbow in the head. They need to get a grips of all of that. But in amongst all this, it is very funny seeing Liverpool because Slot, he made it even funnier this week because he did an interview where he spoke about Villa and Madrid and how they beat them. And he said, now I'll be back in form. And everyone was like, ha ha ha. Because they love this guy for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And then he kind of went, yeah, we beat them because they played how we expected them to.
He likes that.
Like as if, if we should all play how they want us to play.
He likes it when the other team plays the way he needs them to play.
And I feel like Pep took that really serious because Pep then went on to play out from the back and score one of the most passes from out from the back goals he's ever scored.
Yeah.
Almost as if to say, look, we just did what you wanted us to do and you still didn't stop us, so maybe you're just bad.
Yeah.
Which was really funny.
You're like, welcome to the Premier League, kid.
Yeah, it did. It really felt like that. And you see, I think it was Nagelsmann talk about how Wirtz is struggling because they have a manager that doesn't know how to deal with him.
Yeah.
Like the player, the actual tactical player.
Which is, I think you said that was part of Zubamendi's reason for not going.
Zubimendi said, I didn't want to play for a coach that wasn't very good as a coach.
Yeah.
It's a big indictment from a very intelligent player and a very intelligent manager that they feel that way about Slot.
Yeah.
And also Carragher, if you remember the opening day at Bournemouth, I think it was 4-2 basketball game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And Carragher said, that was a bit chaotic. Like, it's not going to always be like that, is it? And Slot gave him such a smarmy, like, oh, are you a manager?
Yeah.
Type response. And since then, Carragher's even been very, like...
He's never done that again now.
Yeah. I know he also kind of... He's not showing up to those podcasts since Liverpool started losing.
Yeah.
Scholes is doing it now.
Yeah.
And it's really sad to see Scholes doing it.
Yeah.
But Carragher's not there because he doesn't want to deal with the criticism.
Yeah.
But also, everything I've seen him do, he kind of criticises Slot a lot since that moment.
Yeah.
And he kind of says the same thing. It's too chaotic.
Yeah.
He needs to figure that out.
It's a fair criticism. It's not like he's just panicking because they're not winning anymore.
And I think Carragher saw this coming.
We did. We all. Well, I don't know if we all did, but I mean, he said it early on. We said it on here very early on that looking at their transfer window, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know how they're going to play. It's unbalanced, and it's shown to be unbalanced now. Like it was obvious from the get go.
Yeah. If they somehow got Zubimendi over the line, didn't buy Isaac, but with that money went and bought Rodrigo.
Yeah. And
they had a strong left winger, a real good young centre forward.
Yeah.
And a midfield maestro like Zubimendi.
Yeah.
They'd be good. That's balance.
Yeah.
And then also with that same money, go get yourself a proper right back.
Yeah.
That isn't a winger.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
They would, and maybe a backup centre back. I know they tried to get Gay and they struggled. But there's a lot of centre backs.
Yeah.
Well, Scarroll's available.
Yeah.
You know, that's real scouting, you know,
Yeah.
and that, I think they didn't build the squad correctly. I felt that way strongly, but I wasn't sure. And then the way they started the season was these like basketball games they were winning late.
Yeah.
And then we all kind of had that conversation. Are they bad, or is this what champions do? And will they figure it out? And I think we're learning now. I don't think they're going to figure it out because I don't think the coach is good enough.
It's not there.
I think the coach rode Klopp's team and style. He came in and he did a really smart thing. He did, I'm not buying anyone.
Yeah.
And he walked in there and he went, I know you're all sick of that guy because he's a nightmare. I'm quite smiley. Keep doing what you're doing. Enjoy your season.
Yeah.
And then he happened to have a year where City were in a rebuild. We had a million injuries. Chelsea being Chelsea. Tottenham and Man United were 17th and 16th.
Yeah.
And he just rode easily to a final. And everyone went, God, this guy's a genius.
Yeah.
And then this year, he went, I'm going to now put my stamp on the team. Yeah. He completely unbalanced the squad. And then he bought a player for 130 million who doesn't know how to play a number 10. He's never played number 10s in his teams. And he's gone, oh, I don't know what to do with him. But why have I bought him? And then the owners are going, you spent $500 million. I can't give you any more.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's going, oh, well, I don't know how to do it then.
Yeah.
And then they're now struggling.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the... I don't think he has the coaching ability of maybe a Pep, or dare I say Arteta, to be able to go, all right, we're going to have to pivot. We're going to have to play a different formation.
Yeah.
Or something like that. I remember Conte. Do you remember Conte for Chelsea had a similar start to a season like this for Chelsea?
Yeah.
And I think he got beaten 3-0 by Arsenal around this time. And they went on to win the league because after that day, they never lost again.
Yeah.
Because he went to a back five.
He changed it.
Changed the whole squad and he went and won the league quite comfortably.
Yeah. Talk about what we said with Sunderland, trying to figure out how to get the job done. Don't just stick to your standards.
That's what Conte did. He went, all right, he looked at the squad and he looked at the fan base, he looked at everything and went, how do I get the best out of this team? He changed it completely and went on to win a league having started really badly.
Yeah.
That's real coaching. I don't think Slot's got that in him. I think he's... Because he hasn't, because he's instantly gone to your fault.
Yeah. He's blaming a lot.
You've picked a player that we didn't expect you to.
Yeah.
That's what cost us the game.
Yeah.
You're going. This team keep throwing the ball really long. Yeah, because that's what they do against everyone.
Yeah.
And you've got to find a way of stopping it.
Yeah.
We don't know how to stop that. That's your job to figure that out.
That's yours.
And that's what I think has shown his real his real personality, because I think a real coach goes like Conte. He didn't come out and blame anyone. He was like, "This is not good enough. This is not good enough." And then one week he was like, "I've changed it."
Yeah.
And everyone went, all right. And then over time we all went, oh God, they're real deal now.
Works.
He's instantly... Week one, he got angry at Jamie Carragher when he won.
Yeah. Yeah. And he'd just come off winning the league.
Yeah, and then once the losses started coming, in 2025, he has lost more games than Amarin.
Yeah.
That is not a fluke. It's not... And the games he has won, think of 4 or 5 games this year that he won in the 98th minute. There shouldn't have been 8 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now imagine they draw all of those.
Yeah.
He'd be out of a job. So
it's either just coaching where he can't pivot, or I think you said it a minute ago, but the lack of depth as well. I think there's just not enough there for him to be able to change it up. I don't know how he can change it up or what he does to change it up.
That's not our job because we're not managers.
It's not for us.
But again, even a Championship manager maybe will go, I don't know either. Like Rob Edwards, he's just gone to Wolves. He might go, yeah, I wouldn't know what to do there.
Yeah, I don't know who to put where.
But he's also not Liverpool manager.
Yeah.
You're expected to do something.
At that level, yeah.
And, Arteta came into an awful squad. He dropped a load of players that we all as fans didn't want him to drop.
Yeah.
He went to a back five. He won the FA Cup and bought himself some time.
And we were just getting goals off of counter-attacks.
Only counter-attack. It was awful. It was really bad. And we can see now we're probably at the final form of how he wants to play, which is good defensively, good attacking, good at set pieces.
Yeah.
It's kind of a very all-round team.
Complete football.
And there's a certain style that I know as Arteta's style now. The way the movements we do, everything.
Yeah.
I don't know that with Liverpool.
No.
I knew it under Klopp.
Yeah.
I don't know now currently. And also there's little things in there. Like they gave a 34-year-old a big contract.
Yeah.
Do you know what usually happens then? They get really caught hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there's no motivation there.
They're not playing for the franchise tag anymore.
No, and he's still going to be good and he's still going to score goals. But he's maybe not going to be what... He single-handedly almost won them the league last year.
Yeah.
He's not going to do that this year, I don't think.
No.
Because there's only so many years you can do that. Van Dijk is starting to slow.
Yeah.
He's starting to make mistakes. He's starting to do weird things. He's starting to get people under his skin.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't got Konate, who's not in form, and he's not covering him.
Yeah.
He hasn't got fullbacks that are helping him out. He's got fullbacks that don't want to help out.
Yeah, those world-class players that you rely on a lot are losing faith a little bit because the people around them aren't doing what they need them to do.
And I think the big thing as well is last year, and this is my issue with all of it, where the issue with, football's getting boring now because of the set pieces and the long throws. Everyone's doing the long throws. All Arsenal's fault.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Partey, I think it was Partey that did it.
Partey's at fault for a lot of things, but I think the big fault was we went to a semi-final in Champions League and we did a lot of long throws.
Yeah.
But that was done. We designed that because we did a one leg and we created 2 very good chances. Took a lot of effort. But we realised in that game they're awful at collecting anything that's floated into the box.
Get it in there.
So Arsenal went, we're going to go there where we're not going to get many chances.
Yeah.
But every time I tell you what we can do, win a lot of throws.
Yeah.
Because that just happens. We're going to pump it in. And we nearly scored 3 or 4 times from them. We happened to end up losing that game.
Which, again, is good coaching.
Yeah, but for whatever reason, that's turned into that. Apparently, every Premier League team in the Premier League, they watched that game and went, yeah, we should all be doing that.
Yeah.
I don't think it did. I think it just naturally, football evolved. And this is what Carragher was saying on the overlap. He said, I think Liverpool have got it very wrong with the manager and the players they bought.
Yeah.
Because football was going one way and they chose to go the other way.
Yeah.
And he said it's gone back to the early 2000s where set pieces are big, there's aggression and all that. And he's gone and bought flamboyant tiki-taka players.
Yeah.
And I kind of agree. I think they've gone against the grain. And Arteta, the reason we're doing well is I think Arteta saw this coming 5 years ago.
Yeah.
He did an interview where he said, in the Premier League, you need to be, I think he said, like, beautiful like Wenger, but hard like Everton.
Yeah.
And I remember him saying that, and he was like, which is what my career was.
Yeah.
He was like, but you can't win a Premier League without getting a couple of reds.
Oh, you got to fight. Yeah.
You got to fight.
Yeah.
Because it's the Premier League. You can do it in other countries. You can't do it here.
Yeah.
And he went and bought White, Timber, Calafiori. He bought big players. He started getting good at set pieces. But that was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
He was prepping for right now when the league is like what it is. Because guess what? If you can stop long throws and stuff, probably going to win majority of your games.
Yeah.
But Liverpool going, oh my God, how do we stop long throws? Because they've got little McAllister in there going, I don't know what to do.
And they're saying, stop doing the long throws. We can't do anything.
Yeah, it doesn't help when your manager keeps saying that. Because now, do you know what everyone wants to do? Throw it at Liverpool.
Yeah, we know exactly what they don't want.
And do you know what happened? What did Villa do? Played out from the back, gave it to Salah a couple of times. They conceded.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they did what they did. Listen to what that man... If that manager's moaning like that, it's probably because there's a big issue.
He's giving away all his secrets.
Yeah. So that's what's interesting. I think it's going to be interesting how Liverpool try and recoup what they've done.
Yeah.
And again, I think they can. I mean, they're not far off of it. But looking at the manager and the squad and the fixtures and just stuff,
Yeah.
I don't know. Because I think sometimes you get you build a vibe in the first 20 games of a season.
Yeah.
And Arsenal's vibe is that you're going to... Like, Sunderland described that as a cup final to have to win that. Or to draw it.
Yeah.
Teams go against Arsenal going, we're probably not going to get a shot on target. This is going to be a long day.
Yeah.
It's a free hit.
Yeah.
That's how we want every team to come against us.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that's when you start winning more games. Because last year, do you know what people did? They were terrified of Liverpool. They thought Salah was going to score.
Yeah.
Thought Gakpo was going to score. They didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Do you know what teams do now when they play Liverpool? We'll probably beat them, eh?
Yeah.
So what Arsenal got into this for years under Wenger, where we knew everyone saw it as like when Stoke played this, they were like, "This is our, taking down the giant."
Yeah.
And then next week it'll be like Bolton. They'll go, "This is our taking down the giant." Everton will play us and go, "Arsenal soft touch. This is us taking down the giant."
Yeah.
Whereas then they play Man United, and go, "Nah, we can't beat them."
Yeah, they back off.
But the benefit is this year, majority of teams I think are looking at Arsenal going, "Can't beat them."
Yeah, the narrative. That's one of the positive narratives to come out of all of this. Is...
And you set that with how you play, and the results you get.
Yeah.
Liverpool's, I can guarantee you, I don't know who they've got next, we'll look it up. But I tell you what that team's going to look at and they're going to go, they can be got at.
Yeah.
That manager's rattled. The players are rattled. I've clicked on the right
That is the good thing about certain narratives. Certain narratives are earned, and I think we've earned the narrative to have the positive narrative. Because even Gary Neville, who, I don't mind Gary Neville, but he does say some stuff that I kind of think, ugh. But he has said now that we are a tough team to beat. We are a good team. We're strong, we're solid, we're good defensively, we're good attacking, and we are fighters. So he's put that narrative out there, luckily. Because, like we said before, a lot of people listen to the narratives. And other teams are listening to the narratives. We're not pushovers anymore. And we will also score against you. And you probably won't get a shot on target. Yeah. That's pretty much what people are going into games thinking. So they're going in there now, like you said, this is the one to go for. It's a free hit. We'll just go for it. Yeah. We'll play how we play. If we win, we win. If we lose, we're expected to lose.
The managers are starting to, like that. Even that Sunderland manager said they're good.
Yeah.
He was like, that's all he really said. And I mean, we've seen a couple managers say that now. Like the Prague manager literally said, I didn't want to explain how good they were. Because I didn't want the players to not turn up. That's the kind of thing we want people to say.
Narrative,
because the players go in with that. We've heard football players do podcasts now and they talk about it and they go, yeah, you kind of beat them before you get there because you're like, it's like City under Pep.
Yeah.
Once you get that momentum, every time you play City, you're like, oh, it's going to be a long day.
Yeah.
And then naturally you do concede. And at the end of it, you shake hands with them, you laugh and go, you're bloody good, aren't you?
Yeah.
And it's a nicey nice. But then you play Man United, for example, under the last couple of managers.
Yeah.
Teams go there going, do you know what'd be funny? To have that crowd booing them.
Yeah.
And they can be got at.
Yeah.
So the players go out there going, do you know what? I'm going to give 100% to that because I'm going to make them laugh at them.
Yeah.
We've gone the other way now. Liverpool have dropped the other way.
Yeah.
Liverpool now have to overcome that because looking at their fixture list, there's a couple, not necessarily the most quintessential teams that are going to do that, but I mean, they got Nottingham Forest at home. You'd think 3:00, that'll be fine.
It should be.
But that's Sean Dyche, who's going to sit there, belly laughing at Slot's comments, going, do you know what we're not going to do? Play out from the back.
Yeah.
Do you know what we're going to do? I'm going to pump it in there, and I'm going to do a long throw.
He's like, what do you not want me to do?
Yeah, because I'm going to do it. And I'm going to sit back so deep, you're going to hate it.
Yeah.
So that might not be ideal. PSV at home, absolute breeze. West Ham away.
Who?
Again, who's their manager now? Nuno. What's he got him doing now? Sitting back.
Yeah.
Solid.
Smart manager.
Yeah. Then they got Sunderland. but at home. But Sunderland again at them. They want to do something. Leeds away. That crowd are going to be up. 5:30 on a Saturday night. They got Inter Milan away. That's going to be horrible for them.
Yeah.
They got Brighton, who are a good team. Tottenham. But then they got Wolves. They got Leeds at home. Fulham away. And then Arsenal. And then Burnley. So there is moments where you think they can be got out. And there's going to be moments where I think teams don't have it in them.
Yeah.
But there's certain teams you look at and you go,
Tricky.
they're not going to like that. Yeah, it's not going to be nice for them. Let's just say that.
Which is mad how quick it changes. Like, coming off of last season, you kind of thought...
Like, well, I think luckily people like Bournemouth and Newcastle really did go at them early on.
Yeah.
And they lost. But they proved to everyone, like...
Just do it.
They're not very good defensively.
Yeah, just do what you got to do.
Whereas now teams go against Arsenal and go, oh, God, I don't want to deal with that set pieces. And you can't even get a shot on target. That's annoying.
Yeah.
And the worst part is, as those guys keep scoring.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how we want people. Yeah. We want people to feel a bit trapped.
And then when Saka goes off, Madueke comes on, they're like, wow, different kettle of fish now.
Whereas, like, we've got... This is... I think we don't leave London for a bit. For 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We've got Tottenham at home, Bayern at home, Chelsea away, and then Brentford at home, Villa away, Club Brugge away, then home to Wolves, away to Everton, home to Palace, home to Brighton, home to Villa, away to Bournemouth, home to Liverpool for January 8th. It is what it is. Like, I think every fixture is its own thing now. Like, I do think every team has kind of an asset.
Yeah.
There's been games like even at Burnley away a couple weeks ago. It's like I don't fully believe that we're good.
No.
And I'm like, yeah, we probably won't win today.
The PTSD.
And then we just win 2-0 and you're like, okay.
We've got to start believing.
Even the Sunderland game, when we started coming back into it, I was like, oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I fully believe it. So we're going to look back at the season as a whole.
Yeah.
We did start at Man United. If you remember, we won 1-0.
Yeah.
We weren't chuffed with that performance.
No.
We went and won 5-0 at Leeds, home to Leeds.
Lovely.
And that was also the let it all work out.
Yeah.
Ezra announcement, Gyökeres goals.
Good bubble.
Really lovely day. We went away to Liverpool right before the next international break, and we lost to a Szoboszlai free kick. And I do... People have a weird memory of that because people say like we got absolutely dominated. It was a very cagey, tight game. It was really opened up by a really good free kick. But we created more chances and had more possession that game. I don't think we deserved to win. I think a deserving result was a draw.
A draw, yeah.
But, you know, like we said about the Sunderland game, set pieces, things like that, they do open up games. And they had a bit of magic that day, we didn't.
I like the fact they complain about the set pieces, but the set pieces...
Oh, they've won a lot of games with set pieces.
That's what they got them the win.
Yeah, they've got... The only points have come from set pieces, really. And then we went away, we came back, and that was when we played Forest at home. And that's when the Madueke as a conversation happened, because we went away to Athletic Club and won 2-0. Drew 1-1 with City with the Martinelli late goal.
Yep.
Again, at that point, we were still very nervous because obviously we'd lost already to City. To Liverpool. Now we were losing to City. And we were starting to question, like, this is going to be...
Same old.
Yeah, this is going to be tough. Then we went Port Vale. We won that. Ezra got his goal. Then we were away to Newcastle.
That felt like a cup final, that one.
It did feel like a cup final. And we got that late Gabriel goal and got back into it. We went home to Olympiacos, nice 2-0 win. Then we went against West Ham at home, which was a big slip-up last couple of years. And we won 2-0. And then we went away to another international.
Yep.
And then since then, we've been pretty flawless. It started really at Olympiacos and West Ham, but 1-0 Fulham away, 4-0 Atletico at home, 1-0 Crystal Palace at home, 2-0 Brighton at home, 2-0 Burnley away, 3-0 Slavia Prague away, and then 2-2 with Sunderland. It's 2 draws, 1 loss, and 14 wins in all comps.
Yeah.
We've conceded 5 goals in all comps. They all come in Premier League.
There's a lot of nils there.
It's very good. And that's the kind of... I wanted to ask a couple of questions. Like, at the start of the season, there were question marks around, and there still are. Was Gyökeres the best signing? You know, was he good for us? And what I want to say is, now look across at who we could have got. It was him, it was Sesko, or it was Isaac.
Yeah.
That was the 3 players the Arsenal fans were talking about.
Yeah.
And that we were linked with. And then Isaac very quickly became very, like, it was going to be Liverpool.
Yeah.
And he was going to sit out until we got Liverpool. So it was him or Sesko. And we all had these conversations. We've been on this podcast. I think we got a podcast called Gyökeres or Sesko.
Yeah.
And we all kind of agreed, for the future, I think it's Sesko. But Gyökeres, if we want a goal scorer, we need to bring in that guy.
We need a quick fix now.
Yeah. And everyone was saying, nah, I think Sesko's actually better already. All these questions. Sesko was also 90 million and Gyökeres was 55.
Yeah.
That's a big benefit.
Yeah.
For a proven goal scorer. And I can tell you, as of right now, stats-wise, I always struggle with the spelling of Gyökeres.
Gyökeres.
Gyökeres. Do you know, I really thought they'd just have his stats right there for me.
I mean, the eye test, before you find the stats.
Oh, we do.
I mean, for the eye test, for me, I'd say Gyökeres has been that little bit more substantial.
Yeah, he's played 10 games in the Premier League, he's scored 4. He played 1 game in the Carabao Cup and he scored none, but he was only 10 minutes he played. And then he played 3 Champions League games and he scored 2.
Wow.
So he's
pretty decent.
He's got 6 from... He's played 14 out of 17 games this year.
Yeah. And he's got 6.
So it's 1 in every game and a bit.
Which is
every other game and a bit.
Not bad at all.
No, and also we've seen the massive benefits to Saka, to Martinelli's resurgence this year until he got injured.
It's not just the goals, it's the work off the ball, it's everything. It's having that player that just changes the dynamic of the whole team.
Sesko this year has played 12 games. He has 2 goals, 1 assist. He's played 11 games in the Premier League, which is... I can't believe he played 11 games. He scored 2. And he played 1 Carabao Cup game. He played 90 minutes against Grimsby where they lost, and he got no goals.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that tells you everything.
No, nothing's definitive, really.
No, but
it was definitely from a financial standpoint and output standpoint, input and output of what Gyökeres to Sesko is. Gyökeres is definitely above Sesko at this point.
Yeah, I think he was anyway. But
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Man United also linked with Endrick now as a loan from Real Madrid because of the Sesko injury. We don't know how long Sesko will be out, but it looks like a knee injury, and it was like it was not no contact, but it was one of those. It didn't look like anything happened.
Yeah.
He missed a 1-on-1 though, and he's missed quite a few of those, and that happens before. So if you watch Haaland, he misses 3 but scores 3.
Yeah.
You don't score every goal.
No,
no. People have that issue. Like Gyökeres has got in a couple times this year. Not really. I really don't believe he's got in clear at once yet. But he gets in not like wide of the goal and he shoots and the goalie makes a save, but then it maybe leads to a goal.
Yeah.
And people are like, yeah, he should be putting them away if we want a top 4. It's like, yeah, but even if we had Haaland, he's not putting them away.
No.
Like, you do miss a lot. Like
you get a lot of rose-coloured glasses with this stuff. Yeah. Like, even looking back at Henry's career.
Yeah.
Like, you only remember the goals.
Yeah.
You don't remember all the other stuff.
And it's tough as well because we're going to say who's had, if of the 3, if we're going to rank the 3 centre-forwards we could have had and how they've performed in the first 17.
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy with our choice.
We did well. Yeah.
I think, I don't know what Isaac's got, but he's out hurt.
Yeah.
Which, again, was a big conversation about...
He does get hurt.
Yeah, if you bring him in, he will get hurt.
Yeah, I know all 3 are technically hurt right now.
But, all 3 are out, technically.
But
that's really ironic.
But technically, Isaac has had a history of injuries, whereas the other 2 haven't.
So Isaac has played 4 Premier League games and got 1 assist. He's played 3 Champions League games and got no goals, no assists. And he's played 1 Carabao Cup and he's got 1 goal.
Okay.
So he's got 1 goal, 1 assist, but he's only played 7 games.
All the stats are very like...
But it's very much also... That's 1 in 7, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sesko's is 1 in 3?
Yeah.
No, 1 in 6.
1 in 6, and then Gyökeres is...
Just 1 in every other game.
Yeah. So
almost 1 in 2.
Gyökeres is definitely the one.
He's doing well, and again, we also the better team out of all 3.
Yeah.
But people aren't holding them to that standard at the start of the season. It's held by, will they make that team better, or how much did they cost? And guess what? We got the cheapest one.
Yeah.
And he's done the best.
Yeah.
And I also think he'd be back from his injury the quickest.
Yeah.
And his injury's been more recent than... Well, both him and... Sesko's is the most recent, but we don't know how long.
Yeah.
But again, with Gyökeres, we also don't know how long.
No.
The other one was in midfield. We were looking at Xavi Simons. We were looking at Eze.
Yeah.
We weren't looking at Wirtz.
No.
But it was certainly someone who was in the market at that point.
Yeah.
One was 100... I think he was 115 million.
Yeah.
Wirtz. We had Simons for 60. And Eze for 60, 65. We don't know the exact amount. But around a similar amount. Let's quickly look at their stats.
I mean, again, I test the stats. I'd say Eze is top, like Gyökeres was.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, I already know that for a fact. Like, Xavi Simons has played 14 games this year and he's got 2 assists. 1 came in the Premier League, 1 came in the Champions League.
Okay.
And then... so what was that 2 assists, no goals, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then over at Wirtz, what's that lad doing? He has played 16 games and he's got 3 assists.
Okay.
He got 1 in the Community Shield.
Yeah.
He got 2 in the Champions League in that big thrashing of, I think it was Frankfurt.
Yeah.
And in the Premier League, he's got no goals or assists.
No.
So he's got no goals yet, but 3 assists. I'm not going to count the bottom one. I'm just going to say he's played 15 games and got 2 assists.
Yeah.
Because the Community Shield's almost like pre-season, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
what we were told anyway.
Yeah.
Just going by what we were told. And then Eze. Where's that perfect let it all work out boy? I'm so glad physically we got that player.
Yeah, that's the one. We literally all the players, I think, but even before the stats and before it started, were the ones I would have preferred out of all of them.
Yeah. Eze, in all fairness, has played... Oh, where's the Premier League? They haven't got the Premier League there. It's like he doesn't play in the
The
Premier League.
stats are weird on that one.
So he played 2 in the Carabao Cup. He's got 1 goal. He's played 4 Champions League goals with no goals or assists.
Yeah.
But Joe, where is his?
They've not acknowledged the Premier League stats.
That's the only one they don't acknowledge. The Premier League. In the Premier League, he's played 10 games. He's got 2 assists and 1 goal.
Fair.
So he's got overall 2 goals, 3 assists.
Yeah.
Out of 16 games.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel pretty confident that he is the better signing.
And again, eye test.
Yeah.
Eye test is also something you got to take into consideration.
That's
and
the
what
thing.
it does for the team.
And also, Arteta's talked about this before. We talked about it when we said about the strength of the team. You need fluency, but you also need grit. He likes Premier League proven players.
Yeah.
We all said at the start of the season when they bought Wirtz, players don't do great when they come from the Bundesliga.
No.
It's a different league.
Yeah.
And everyone went, yeah, but he's so good. It's like, I get it, but it might take time.
Yeah, different.
When Odegaard came, it took time.
Yeah.
He was very good, but we could see he was a bit lightweight, didn't understand the speed.
He had to figure out how to play.
And again, Wirtz will come good. But he is very lightweight and he's not up to the speed.
Yeah.
Simons, I don't know. I don't know if he's maybe an issue of how they play, because Spurs are a very strange team. We'll get deeper into Spurs next week, but the fans do not like Frank.
No, weird.
They don't like him, even though they're doing extremely well
Yeah.
at the minute.
Why?
They think it's very boring, and when you watch him, it is. It reminds me a little bit of Emery at Arsenal.
Yeah.
And you remember Emery at Arsenal went undefeated for like 24 games.
Yeah.
But we all went, it's not right though.
It does look right, yeah.
That's how they feel about Frank. And I think they're a bit harsh, but I do think the way he plays doesn't mean an attacking midfielder does much.
Yeah.
And I mean, the Spurs fans were very confident when they got him over Eze that they got the better deal.
Yeah.
And I strongly feel, even at the end of the season, we're not going to feel that there. No. I feel pretty strong about all of ours.
Even if they don't get the stats you want them to get at the end of the season, I'd much prefer the choices we made and the players we've got.
And the thing is, you bring in players in from the Bundesliga and stuff, and with Eze, we all know how good he is.
Yeah,
and he has been that good in the Premier League for 6 years.
For Palace.
Yeah, for Palace.
Yeah.
And he's done it against the big teams and everything.
Yeah.
And so we knew what we were getting. There's no way he's going to be poor because we've seen a litmus test of 6-7 years.
Yeah.
He's really good.
He just carries on playing the same way, just surrounded by better players.
Yeah. And again, he might not be the big fish anymore. So at the end of the season, we might not go, oh, he's got 20 goals and he was our best player. Maybe. But he's certainly going to contribute to...
Playing a part. Yeah.
He already has. That's the thing is, because we haven't had Odegaard, Havertz, and Partey, for example, this year, we kind of felt like without them, we couldn't play proper football.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this season, we've already had to play without the players we think
Yeah.
were the thing we were holding us together.
Yeah.
We talked about how we moved on from Zinchenko, Jesus, and Ramsdale, and we didn't know, but how are we going to play football? And then we went into the Partey, Havertz, and Odegaard.
Yeah.
I remember at the start of the season, I said, without those guys, I don't know if they know how to actually play football.
Yeah.
It's very one-dimensional. Like, if they are not playing, we can't play.
Yeah.
Then we proceeded to play the whole of the season without any of those players.
Yeah.
And they found a new way of playing.
Yeah.
And
It
you're
evolves,
like,
it
yeah,
evolves.
it's evolving. And we've evolved again past more players. And again,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean Havertz and Odegaard are gone. It just means we now have different ways.
Yeah.
And that's what we need, because we need certain games where I think we kind of agreed at the start of the season, like if we're playing Man City away, Havertz is going to start.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the end, Gyökeres has had to do these.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's been fine.
Yeah.
But we felt that way. And then when it's like Leeds at home, get Gyökeres on here, bully them.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, rotation isn't just for fitness. Rotation is
Style.
It's game states and styles and.
But looking back at that 17, I don't think I could be more pleased. I think people could say, yeah, but maybe not that draw against Sunderland or maybe not the loss against Liverpool. It's like, so you want us undefeated?
He was perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that can happen.
Yeah.
You were going to drop points somewhere. I'm kind of glad we've dropped the points where we have and it wasn't elsewhere. Like, I'd have been more annoyed if we had beaten Liverpool that day and then lost to West Ham.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad we are doing what we don't do, which is beat the teams around us.
Yeah.
But the big teams at the top,
Yeah.
we might get a draw, might get a loss. but we're not banking on just always beating them
No, I mean
and
that.
then losing to Leeds and Burnley back to back or something.
Yeah, no, that played out so far the way considering it can't be perfect. It played out game by game exactly how you'd want those games to play out.
I totally agree.
And looking at it on paper, that was the first time I've looked back at it on paper when you just had it on your phone there, and it looks mad. And that's the thing you got to remember. You've got to kind of sit back, regardless of all the noise and stuff that's going on anyway, and just be like, wow, look at where we're at.
That's what I wanted to do, is just kind of feel good about that first. I don't think I could ask for one more point. And again, you could say, well, maybe we could have lost it in Champions League and got that Sunderland win.
Yeah,
that would be nice. But I don't think we can ask for more than, I think it's 26 points are we on? It's so many points, and it's so good. And when you look at the last international break, I think we were 1 point behind Liverpool.
Yeah.
And City were like 5 points behind us, or 3 points behind us.
Yeah.
But now we're 4 points clear of City.
Yeah.
And 8 points clear of Liverpool.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a big swing.
It's lovely stuff.
And I felt good about how we were at the end of the last international. So you can't forget that part, because we naturally change week to week, don't we? When we kind of get good results, like, no, we need to be 10 points clear.
Yeah,
It's
we'll
like,
keep going.
That's not possible after 11 games. Like, this is a very rare. We're on 26 points. City are on 22. Chelsea 20. Sunderland 19. Spurs 18. If we literally lose to Spurs, no one can catch up with us.
No.
That's a really good place to be. We've won more than any other team. Our goal difference is only matched by City.
Yeah.
No one's won more games than us. Poor Wolves propping up the table with 0 wins.
Yeah.
2 points. We can't ask for more. I think it's going really well. I think it's only going to get better if we can get those players back, I assume.
Yeah.
You never know. It could, maybe they were playing on adrenaline of not having the players.
Disrupts.
Yeah, who knows? But I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to playing every 3 days and kind of trying. I think the motto has been keep your head down, don't listen to the noise, and just keep winning.
Yeah.
And I think the Sunderland game was the first time where maybe you could get that noise back in.
Yeah.
Because that stuff came to an end. The records came to an end.
Yeah.
And then people could start chirping. But luckily, Liverpool chirped louder, so no one's really talking about Arsenal. And everyone, if anything, any analysis I've heard of Arsenal is, I think a point's fair.
Yeah.
And it's probably a good point.
Yeah.
No one's kind of going, they're shaking.
No.
So
no one's worried.
The only worry we've got is that City look ominous.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the big test this next run. So we just got to keep City off our back. I think we just got to keep not thinking about City. I think we just got to not worry about anyone else doing anything.
Yeah.
Just worry about winning and getting results over the line. Keep being good at set pieces. Keep creating chances. Keep getting clean sheets. And I think we'll be fine. But I'm excited. I'm really excited about this next period. I just want it now.
Yeah, I mean, it's always nice to have a little break and a little drop off where you can kind of sit back and think about it, and like we just did, and like take it in a little bit and relax for an England game. Don't have to worry too much, like because it's not Arsenal.
Yeah.
But then we'll get back into its full swing till my 43rd birthday. I see.
You'll grow older by the end of it, not just because of the way we play.
Well, hopefully it's not because of the way we play.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully it's just natural aging.
Exactly, this is it. But if you do enjoy our podcast, please go down to the link below this podcast. Obviously, give us a 5-star review. But our Patreon, we're putting up. There'll be constant episodes, especially beyond this international break. So please jump on there if you want almost daily content. And yeah, that's it really. Just go check that Patreon out. Let your friends know about the podcast. We're trying to build it. Go to TikTok, Gunners Rush Pod. We do 2 a day. One's usually a bit of news or a bit of bait. And then the other one's usually card opening with Peppercorn Sports Cards, our other business. Yeah. So check us out and whatnot as well. That'll be a link underneath if you want £10 off or £10 to play with. Is it?
Yeah.
Credit.
Yeah.
So you can sign up below this podcast. Anyway, we'll be back next Wednesday.
Heck yeah.
We'll be getting ready for that North London derby, which is the most nerve-wracking game of the season for me. So we'll see you then.
Heck yeah. We'll look at Tottenham.
Shh.